Hello, this is Crypto CJ. Welcome to today's trade of the day. It's a Friday afternoon bloodbath edition. Bitcoin's dropped 12% today. Yeah, it's anybody in a long position, including myself, is really taking it on the chin. There's a few reasons for this, for the current market condition. Let's go to the Bitcoin chart and we'll talk about it. Okay, you guys should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart.
Yep.
All right, thank you. And hey, we made it back to 36, maybe. Looks like it's going to drop. But yeah, we were I didn't know if 35 was going to hold 10 minutes ago. So we'll see if we're getting a little bit of a retrace here. But I wanted to take your attention to something we don't look at very often. S&P 500. Now, Bitcoin and crypto in general are at-risk assets. So when people when people are fearful, they tend to run back to cash and dump their at-risk assets. So that's what's been happening in the stock market, in the crypto market as well. Just in the last 4 days, the S&P has dropped 5%, which is a lot for that. I mean, that's nothing for a crypto, but for the whole S&P 500 to drop that much, that's quite a bit. We also got the news that Bryce talked about yesterday on CryptNation with the Russia banning crypto mining. That to me just sounded like China banning crypto in some capacity once every 2 or 3 months, like they tend to do. Russia might fall into that same category, but when you combine that with the downslide of the stock market, it's a concern for the whole crypto market, and regrettably it's still tied to the stock market more than we would like to admit. So let's go to the Bitcoin chart and see what we can make of this. So instead of drawing trend lines, I've just got my Fibonacci retracement lines, and I'm going to use those to gauge the market. I drew this back in November. I used this July. 29,000 is my low, and then we hit the all-time high in November of 68 and change. So those are my high and low points. The middle is this blue rectangle here. That's the 0.5 to 0.618 range on the fibs, roughly hit a halfway point, and we're well below that. These two lines are the 786 and 886, called the last lines of defense. And we punched through the first one. We're kind of hanging around there now. I'd like to see a bounce back up into this, into this blue area, hopefully over the weekend. That's kind of ambitious, but we'll see. We are pushing above 36K now, so that's a little bit optimistic. But I'd like to get above this line and stay above it.
CJ?
Yeah.
Hi, it's Natalie. Glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Because I'm new to this, I just wanted to ask, in the other, the other 2 big crashes in 17, and I think it was May 20, what was the lowest that Bitcoin went then? Like, are we anywhere near that, or are we already punched past it?
No, we're nowhere near those.
Like, how low did it go then?
In May, I think you mean March of 2020, and that's when we had the COVID outbreak, and I think it dropped up 3,800 off the top of my head.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then it shot up, up over 10K, a few months later. So yeah, these conditions aren't like those, black swan conditions that you described. So this, for example, we have this drop here today. On this is the day candle. We're down 12%. Well, just last month on the 3rd and 4th of December, we had this.
Yeah.
That was nearly 30%. So this was worse, and it was just a few weeks ago. So these moves do happen in Bitcoin, and we need to take them into account in our trading. But, you know, we've seen even recently much worse than this. So let's just hope this is a you know, a blip, and we
I'm
bounce.
kind of liking it.
bounce
I
back.
stocked up on it today.
Well, that's, you know, that's the trader's mentality when you see a dip like this, you know, a 5 to 10% dip in Bitcoin. It's usually, you know, about double that in the altcoins. So good buying opportunities. But, you know, what if it keeps dropping lower? That's the concern everyone has. I know I have it. So
Yeah.
usually I go in on a smaller amount in these situations in my day trading. And mostly what I've done today, even on my shorts, I've been going in at about half my usual amount. You know, so I'm ready to make another purchase if I need to. So, all right, so that's Bitcoin. Ethereum looks pretty similar. It's gone down since yesterday, you know, over 20%, and it's trying to hold 2,500. We'll see, but it's down nearly $500, you know, for Ethereum, and then the rest of the market. You can see my list here. You know, everything's double digits down today. So like Natalie said, lots of good buying opportunities, but be careful. We don't know how long, how much farther this is going to go. I'd like to think that we're going to hold 35 or at least 30. But you know, I'm not sure. Anybody else have any thoughts or opinions or questions about the overall market before we go to Altcoin Alert? All right, so what do we do? What do we do now? Go to Altcoin Alert, and we can check out AA scores. There are a few very bullish ones. So AA is predicting that some of these are going to come back. I'm in Solana, so let's look at that one. A lot of us are in that one. So.
Oh, we're all in Solana repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oliver posted that, oh, I see Oliver's on here. I seen his post where it said if it dropped through 120, it could go to 50. Oliver, I wanted to throw the phone.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that would certainly wreck one of my trades. So, all right, so here's Solana on the day. We're hoping that 100 holds at this point. We're 109 now on the hour. We're seeing 1, 2, 3 dips on the hour chart, which is unusual. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, 5 dips, a big bubble on the hour chart. So
Buy.
yeah, this is, you know, this is good stuff here for dip traders. On the 5-minute chart, where we like to do our entries, you know, 1, 2, 3. You know, here's your entry here. We missed it a little bit.
It did hit I seen an alert come through. I'm just not willing to put any more money in until I see a bottom, really, really bottom.
Well, let's talk about that. I think that's a good point. I was trying to figure out how best to approach this situation. I think what I'm going to do is go to my hour chart. And let's see, I turned off divergence. So we've got an MFI divergence forming now. But they're not even that helping us that much. I mean, this one here, that would have been a decent trade on the hour chart. Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking for divergences and MFI and RSI crosses on the hour. We've already got one on the hour on this one. And then look for evidence for it, for the momentum to start going back above. So this is a situation where you might want to go to your hour chart, set your alert on your RSI to be crossing your 30. See, crossing up on 30, which is the oversold value, and then you're good to go. Call it, you know, RSI crossing up 30 or something like that. And that way you'll catch, you know, you'll be buying the dip, but at least have some confirmation of a trend working up. I mean, it's not foolproof, but I think it's better than nothing. And then, you know, my suggestion is to go in half to a third of your usual amount at that point and leave plenty of funds available to make additional purchases if you need to. So,
CJ. So with the recent addition of all of the alerts, I guess I'll wait till later.
yeah,
We'll
that's
talk
okay.
later
That's a
about it.
carbon thing. We'll talk about that in the next
All right.
next one. But anyway, so we got the AA score that's very bullish, and then we've got a really good dip trade setup even on the hour chart. Let's see some confirmation of the coin recovering before we get in. That's my suggestion. So any questions on Solana? Okay.
Can I just ask you a question on TradingView? Just a question of, I just bought the thing, bought the package for it.
Mhm.
Is that purely for just looking at the charts, or is there a way to hook it up so that you can actually have your money there to trade?
I think you can connect. Well, you're not going to say you're not going to have any money in TradingView, but I think you can connect it to an exchange. I haven't tried to do that yet, so I don't
Okay.
feel comfortable about talking
right.
about it. But I've seen that kind of thing before. It's got trading panel here on the bottom. So I think if
Okay,
you click that, there's a way to do it. But
I'll look into it then. Thank you.
okay. All right, so
CJ, I haven't found any crypto places where you can hook it up.
Okay.
It seems set up for normal currency trading and shares, but it doesn't seem to connect to any crypto exchanges.
All right.
Thanks, Craig.
Thanks, Craig. All right, Altcoin Alert on Solana. Let's look at TRB. That's one that the boys like in Altcoin Alert. Let's look at KuCoin. Okay, the last day. Big drop. Everything's going to look like this. But, plenty of retracement room all the way up to 72 from 21 on the hour. Yeah, big retracement, multiple dips on the hour chart. So
There's a bubble and it's still going down.
Yep. Then on the 5-minute. 1, 2, 3. Yep. It's already a third dip. So again, it's the same as the last time. I put an alert on the hour chart. I often talk about the 15 or the 30-minute charts for alerts, but I'm going to the hour just to be extra careful. It's already showing me a divergence on the hour chart. So it's already below the 20 on the MFI, below the 30 on the RSI. Again, the same alert I showed you guys last time, where the RSI is moving above the 30 on the hour. Then that's where I feel a little bit better about getting in. You'll give up some, you're trading some profit for security, but I think in light of current circumstances, that's a reasonable trade. All right, any questions on TRB?
TRX and dang it, I just forgot it. Anyway, they just hit the alerts.
Okay, is that a carbon thing too?
It is, but it's a day trading thing.
Okay, so should we look at Tron then?
TRX,
But not everyone
yeah.
here has access to that information, so let's
Okay, I see what you're saying.
yeah.
I'm feeding everything to.
It's all right. I like your enthusiasm. Don't hold back.
Okay.
And
I need a big bank.
yeah. Yeah, we don't even need to look at day charts, I don't think, for today. So let's just look at the hour to get an idea of where it's been recently. So yesterday, this was 7 cents, it's down to 6 now. The 5-minute chart. And another dip sequence, 1, 2, 3, and moving up. So On the hour. Yeah, these are starting to move up on both the RSI and the MFI. We have a momentum divergence an hour ago, so I'd wait for this cross. But yeah, some of these are starting to come back. Yeah, Bitcoin, it's over 3,600 or 36,300, so that's promising. All right, any questions on Tron? So here's what I've been
other one-
doing more
The other one
than
was
the AA scores. This is long-term sentiment. I'm really enjoying this one. We don't have much to work with on very bullish. We've got a few, but I'm usually looking for, you know, an elder impulse, either daily or hourly, or maybe even an AA score to sort of, you know, confirm what I'm seeing here. On Perp, we've got a very bullish on long-term sentiment, and we have a bullish AA score. Some pretty good values here in these columns. So I think that's worth a look. Let's check out Perp. On Coinbase. And let's go to the hour. See, this was moving most of the day. It didn't drop till 2 p.m. So yeah, then it dropped 12%. It's regained and about a third of that. So this one's intriguing. 1, 2, 3 dips and pumping. RSI and MFI looking pretty good. Go to the hour chart. It's not below the RSI on the 30 or the 20 on the MFI. So maybe on the 15-minute. This one might, you know, if you're so inclined, if you're on Coinbase Pro, if you want to get into this one, I think it looks pretty good. Not financial advice, but you know, on spot trade, this could be worthwhile, and just see it up to the, you know, SMA line, or maybe this little bit of resistance here at $9.10. Pick up a quick 3%. Love that as a day trader.
Where are you coming from? Which part?
What do you mean, which part?
Like where are you starting from? From where to the top part? Like down in your dip, after your dip, what part of that do you put in your trade?
I don't understand the question.
When you go to do your trade, right, you put in where you're buying and where it's going to go to, correct?
You mean my exit point?
No, your entry point. That's what I wanted to say.
Well, the entry points, we don't have much of a choice there if you want to get in now.
Okay.
If you want to do, now I frequently do limit orders in these situations, and I'll put it a little bit below. So I think that's what you're asking. You want a good entry point. What the numbers you put in the alert. Yeah, but see, that would have worked against me had I put in like 8.82. You know, it just jumped up to 8.86, and you know, I'm in danger of missing this trade. So that's the trade-off you make. You can go in with a market order, but that's going to be a higher higher fees. So
and they don't always get you on the number that you're seeing. With that slippage or whatever it's called.
Right. Sometimes there's a little bit of slippage. So those are all things you have to take into consideration. If you're going for, you know, 4% or more, it's probably 3 or 4%. It's probably not going to make much of a difference, you know, if you don't get your perfect entry. We've got some nice distance to the SMA line, which even if I got in here, they went to this resistance, you know, that's 2.5%. That's pretty good. Then up to the SMA line, 3.5%. You know, if I'm ambitious and think it's going to come back up here, you know, now I'm at 6%. So if I'm at 5 or 6% profit, I don't really care if I give up, you know, 0.5% as opposed to 0.25% on my fees. So, all right. Any other questions on Perp? All right. So here, for those of you who are trading,
CJ,
yeah, go ahead.
CJ,
Craig.
are you on the right chart here? It looked like you're on the US dollar chart, not the USD tether.
Yeah, I was just on Coinbase on Perp. I wasn't viewing this as a leverage trade. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
Yeah. Right.
yeah, most of the audience, I assume, on the Altcoin Alert show is interested in spot trading. So, but I know some of you guys are over here from Carbon, or you do both. So we're going to talk a little bit about leverage trading right about now. So this is what I'm loving in Altcoin Alert lately, is I'm sorting the long-term sentiment and looking for crap stuff to short. So I've been shorting. I picked up 10 shorts out of this in the last 3 days. So now a lot of that's a function of the market. I probably could have shorted just about anything and it would have worked. But you know, I kind of felt better about this. You just reverse the process as opposed to what I just told you. You know, when we're going long, I look for something I know that's going to be on a leverage exchange. You know, Bitcoin is one choice. ADA, Cardano would be another. This one I did this morning, Elrond. I've got bearish all the way across here. This is perfect. And so I go ahead and bring this up, check out the chart. Go ahead and use Binance's chart. You know, on the 5-minute, I was in this morning. I started seeing this action trending down, so I got in around here and picked up about 5%. You know, down to about here, so that worked out pretty nicely. It's a classic situation. Had I stayed in longer, I would have doubled my profits. But do I care about that? No, because I've put a plan together, executed the plan worked, and I got out with my amount. So I don't care if the coin keeps going up or down or whatever it does afterwards. So remember, if you achieve your plan, feel good about it. There's still people in the chat groups I attend who are bumming out about, you know, missed profits, and there's just no way you can know. So all right, so that's Elrond and Altcoin Alert. You know, I did Compound a couple days ago, same sort. I did put an alert on Bitcoin Cash, but a few others came up faster, so I didn't end up trading that one. Quantum I traded a couple days ago. Luna a couple days ago. Let's look at Luna. So if I want to sort something, what I usually do is I go to my 15-minute chart. And I talked a lot about this last week, and I'll put an alert on this divergence to let me show the next time I get a, you know, I get a bearish divergence. I'm also doing some trend trading, but I'm not going to teach about that until I've done that longer. But it's working out pretty well too. So I'm sort of alternating between using divergence and the MFI and the RSI. You catch these values coming back up like this one is right now on the 15-minute chart. See, we've got this dip sequence on the 15-minute. We got 3 straight green candles, and the value on the RSI is punching above. So this looks like a pretty good trade to me on the long side, even though it showed up on the Altcoin Alert long-term sentiment on the bearish side. So I sort of contradicted myself. You could take that as a long and a short, or do it both. Wouldn't be the first time. If you're on 2 different exchanges, you know, do it one way on one exchange, one way on the other. Ladder buy the one that goes against you and see what happens. So, all right. Well, any other questions on Altcoin Alert? Any coins you want to go over? Anything you want to talk about in day trading? You guys are quieter than usual. All right. Well, if that's the case,
Adam just hit about 5 minutes ago.
okay. we've got a, let's look at Adam then.
I think that's a second time this afternoon.
Okay.
At least Luna's trending up.
Yeah, Adam's looking good too. We've got, you know, the dip sequence here on the 15-minute chart, 3 candles trending up, punching above the 20 on the MFI, way above the 30, almost to the 50 on the RSI. So this one's looking pretty good. What's Bitcoin doing at the moment? We're 36.7. On Bitcoin on the 5-minute chart. Some nice recovery action here. 1, 2, 3, bang. See if this is the recovery we're looking for. So I like that Adam trade that we just looked at. So, you know, Laura's on top of this. So I suspect a lot of them are going to start looking like this. I just clicked on Algo to see, you know, it looks pretty similar. You know, Chili's not quite as strong, but it's coming up too. So yeah, we're seeing some recovery in the works. UTC isn't quite here, another half an hour. So these numbers are going to look red, but wouldn't surprise me if half an hour to an hour from now, you know, we're seeing green on this list when the time changes. So
Can we take a look at mana?
let's do it. I like mana. All right, go the 1 hour. Same dip sequence we've seen on the others. Just had bullish divergence print hour and a half ago. So that's intriguing. On the 5-minute. Couple of nice candles moving up. 15-minute, we're above the low points on both the MFI and the RSI, like that. So we're a little late to this. I'd rather catch it probably right about here. You know, to the SMA lines, 4.5%, I like that. If you want to look at some of this other resistance as your guide, you got this this group of candles here up to 237 at 7%, and some more up here, you know, around 10%. So since most coins have dropped 10% today, hopefully they retrace back in the next day or two, and those are going to be some nice dip trades. Okay. Any other coins you want to look at, or anything else about Altcoin Alert we want to discuss?
Sand.
Sand. Yeah, it's looking like the others. Nearly identical to mana. Yeah, we're a little late on this one on the 5-minute chart. We caught it around this third candle, which is probably what I would have been looking for had I been watching this closely. You know, to the SMA lines, almost 4%. Some resistance here, just under 8. Again here at about 9.5. I'd probably look for this kind of goal here at around 6%. You get these big dips like this and the strong recoveries, you can go for more than your 2 to 3% I usually talk about. That's what I usually go for, 5 or 6%. Then if I'm on leverage, you know, times 10x, those are some pretty good trades. So, all right. Any other coins, tokens, market conditions? All right, well, I will stop the recording here then for the altcoin alert session. Those of you watching the recording, I appreciate you doing that. Hope to see you live on Mondays and Fridays. And for the rest of you who want to stick around for the carbon session, we'll be starting that shortly.